Welcome to another gathering of the Gold Key Adventurers Society. Have a seat by the fire as we prepare to help you unlock the secrets of the travel life. From theme park thrills to Purple Mountain's majesty, we want to see it all and do it all, and we want to help you do the same. We all have those bucket list trips, once-in-a-lifetime destinations that we'll get to someday. We're here to help you make your travel dreams a reality. Buy the ticket, take the trip. Where do you want to go?
Come on, now tell me what's on your bucket list. Okay, hey, it's a beautiful day. Okay, hey, it's a beautiful day.
Welcome back to another meeting of the Gold Key Adventurer Society. My name is Dan Leonard.
Hi, Dan.
And joining me this week in the studio is Heather Straight.
Ahoy hoy.
And Mr. Jeff Williams.
Hey now.
Hey now. Our show, as always, is brought to you by Key to the World Travel. Key to the World Travel is a full-service travel agency specializing in theme parks, cruising, and destinations around the world. Head to www.keytotheworldtravel.com for more details and a no-obligation quote on the vacation of a lifetime.
Time.
Lady and gentlemen, the state of the theme parks is improving. I think, maybe.
Well, it would be hard to go downhill.
That's true.
Ooh, burn.
For certain, there's a lot of activity going out there. They've got a lot of refurbishments coming up, some construction going on, and the return of, I guess, some beloved perks for guests.
And some construction finishing up, thank goodness.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're going to dig in and explore the developments that we want to keep our eye on over the next 12 months. Starting off with a couple of big ones that just took place over the last couple of days as we're recording.
Hot off the
First up, and we knew this was coming, but theme park reservations are no longer needed for most guests at Walt Disney World.
Most guests.
Yep.
Yes.
Those pesky annual pass holders for some reason.
Yeah, of which there's got to be so many
Yes.
thousands of those people.
Well, that and any kind of comp ticket, any ticket that's non-dated is still going to require park reservations. And there's quite a lot of them floating out there that people are showing up and getting surprised at the gates that they still needed to have park
Although,
reservations.
surely with nobody else making reservations, they're going to be easy to make.
You would think.
Let's just call it that. Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's always easy. And then on top of the reservations, park hopping is now open all day long.
It's
at
back,
Walt
baby.
Hip, hip.
No more
Hooray!
waiting for 2 p.m.
That's right.
So if you
And
make a
this
park
is-
res, though, do you still have to go to your one park first and then
Yes. If you are on a ticket that requires a reservation, yes. And this stuff is all, we're just talking about Walt Disney World here. Disneyland has not rolled any of this back.
Although their hopping was already earlier.
Or
isn't it?
much
11
earlier.
a.m.?
11
Yeah,
a.m.,
11.
which I'm not even in the park by then.
Or much later than.
Yeah.
5 minutes, small window.
I get in, get to the Emporium and get back out.
That's right. To accommodate all that extra park hopping, interpark buses at Walt Disney World are going to start running at 10 a.m.
They're back.
You could hop immediately, but you can't use Disney transportation until 10. I also thought it was interesting that from Magic Kingdom to EPCOT, they're not providing a bus. It's only monorail.
Not right now. Yeah.
At least right now. So
What about Epcot to Magic Kingdom?
I would assume it would be the same.
Monorail.
Just monorail.
Yes.
Monorail.
And then if you're in the back of the park, just go out to the hotel and take the bus.
Mhm.
Or stay.
Uber.
Or stay there all day.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Yep. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see that happening. I know people found it all
Yes.
terribly annoying to have to make the reservations all the time.
Yeah. In theory,
And they
it
have
was
good
a great
to-go days
idea.
now, right, for pass holders?
Yes, good to go days are starting pretty soon. I don't know exactly what they are. Lower attendance, typical attendance times, they won't have to make a park res.
Right, and they're only releasing those a couple of months at a time, so we don't even.
That
know
was my next
far
question.
out.
How far out are we going to know these dates?
Not very far out. They did release the first batch, and then isn't there something for? Oh, isn't there something about you don't have to have a reservation after 2 p.m. on
It's
weekdays? or
after
something like
2 p.m. during the week, correct?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I would bet as a local that would be when I would be going. A lot of after school stuff. I know parents love that. Pick the kids up and go to the parks.
Yeah. And honestly, the real true local APs don't want to be there during the high traffic times anyway, week between Christmas and New Year's, spring break, that kind of thing.
Mm-mm.
They tend to avoid it.
I know I would.
I don't blame them. So, so I think that's kind of like the best return of a perk that we've talked about. Things
Yes,
that have been
definitely.
scaled back. Another thing that people were excited for, but it kind of comes with some caveats here.
I love caviar.
I know you do, especially sitting on top of an egg thing.
Mm-hmm.
That looked awfully fancy. I'm just gonna.
Well, I'm a fancy bish.
Yes, you are. Also, recently returned as we record, just over a week now. The Disney dining plan and the quick service dining plan are back at Walt Disney World Resort.
It is back, not to a whole lot of fanfare. It's taking some time to catch back on. I think people have forgotten the convenience of it.
Yeah,
New
and maybe
folks
young
attending
travelers
don't
just
know.
didn't really even know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but on top of that, there's the price change, and then the
Yes.
inclusions have been reduced. So
Wait, are you telling me that Disney's charging more but giving you less?
That is correct.
That doesn't sound
Yeah.
right.
it's shocking, I know.
It's,
but
this is something
get
that
that
we
extra
couldn't
back.
wait to have back, and now it's not taking off the way we all hoped it would. And I think it's because of the price and the cut on what it includes.
Yeah.
I'm honestly shocked that they picked the hill to die on of we're only getting
Mhm.
one snack instead of two. Like
Yes.
that was a low stakes thing because people were wasting those snack
Yes.
credits on cheap things.
Or
Oh,
not
for sure.
using them.
I didn't ever use them, and then I'd wind up getting a bunch of garbage from the little store in the hotel before I'd leave, like Goofy's candy stuff.
Yep.
That was a terrible exchange rate on that
Honestly,
thing.
it's a no-brainer way to make it look like you're getting a lot for less money, and taking that away just I don't
really
understand
think
it.
Disney's got some real bozos that are
Yes.
advising them on some of this stuff.
Some of this stuff just makes no sense.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if they tweak that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can
year.
tell you it's not selling well, and they know it. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah. And then
makes sense.
and that kind of, you can see that from what the next thing we were going to talk about was the return of free dining, which has not generated the demand that it has in the past. It's just not there yet.
Yeah, it's insane to me. I mean, this is a little bit inside baseball, but every time they release any promo at all, it kills their booking engine. The website goes
Mhm.
down for a day.
The,
The
phone
call
lines
centers go
crash.
down.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
phone lines are
My
full.
tennis elbow flares up.
It's terrible.
Nothing this time. It was the
Nothing.
Yeah,
this
look.
promo and
Crickets.
and for free dining, which people have been begging for since 2019, it should have been doomsday.
It
Like, we
really should have been. What do you think? What do you think is the thing?
They tied it to Disney Plus.
Yes,
People are
that's-
tired of
Tied it
that.
to
Quit
Disney
shoving your
Yep.
Disney Plus. Quit shoving your D down our throat.
Yeah.
They tied it to Disney Plus. They they set a kind of high threshold for the
Mhm.
number of days that you had to stay for
Yep.
it. And then people are realizing that the value isn't there on the Disney dining plan with the changes. And
No.
so they opted for the room discount instead, which they dropped at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And that one's doing pretty well. That's been generating some interest in park visits, but the free
I
dining.
mean, I would
just
definitely
hasn't.
do free dining if I was booking a trip.
Right.
It's-
But would it
it's
make
all
you
for
book a
summer,
trip
which
if you
is-
hadn't planned on taking that trip?
no, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's
Yeah,
Hard
and
for me to make believe
that's
like
the
that.
other part you did a good mention. point that you mentioned is that it's all for summer, and that's always a lower season there because it's so god awful hot, and getting hotter every
Free dining
year,
promo
so.
didn't used to be tied to summer months, did it? It would come out around this time of year, but
Yeah,
spring
it was
and
often
fall,
in the
right?
fall. There was for a long time one that was good for early part of the year. Stay, play, and dine was always for the beginning of the year.
That's when I used to go. When it was that was in February every year.
Nicer weather for sure than peak summer days.
I hope they're learning from things because they're trying some things. They're walking some things back and all this. But when it doesn't have the effect, I hope they don't go, well, we'll just get rid of dining. I
Yeah.
hope they'll realize, no, we need to make it better.
And they came back with only 2 dining plans, and they're watered down. We had just that tiny little window of that new dining plan that had such great flexibility. You could choose how to use your credits, quick service or table service.
It's
And
called
it was
flex dining,
good
right?
value. Yeah, and it was the COVID killed it, like many other things. And then they didn't
Like
bring it
my
back
grandma.
too soon.
Oh, well. Thanks, Jeff.
But yes, that one didn't. I was really hoping when they talked about dining coming back that one would not be left behind, and it seems
Sure
like
enough.
it has.
Twir.
The price went way up. They really wanted to point out how they kept the pricing of the child plan the same, but yet threw all the increases into the adult plan, and it's about the cost of what deluxe dining used to be. It's really expensive.
Is it? I haven't even priced it.
No.
Yeah, and deluxe dining no longer exists.
Mhm.
And people like that because it made it easy to do things like get a whole bunch of character
Character
and
meals,
stuff
yeah.
extra.
Yeah, so it's extremely expensive and includes less. And until they fix that, I don't think it's going to catch on again.
I mean, this has been a theme with us. We've been talking about this for a year now. So
Yeah.
somebody's got to be the adult in the room and say, "Hey guys, this isn't working. Maybe we need to bring the value back."
Yeah.
Yep.
Start
So-
bringing back the things that made people think of it.
And they
you know,
need to
it's
start with Magical Express
Magical
or some
Express,
sort of
yeah.
easy to deal with ride. Charge me $10, whatever.
Yeah.
Add it to a package. Click a button, add it to my package, whatever.
You know, everyone accepts that a Disney World vacation is not cheap. You know, that's just it's kind of the understanding of everyone.
It shouldn't cost what going to Paris costs.
Yes. But it used to feel like a good value for what you were paying for it. And that's where we've gotten lost. We've lost the value proposition, and they seem to be very reluctant to bring that stuff back. And that's what's really going to drive the new customers, especially if you're talking about getting new young families to start loving vacationing at Walt Disney World, then
That's it.
gotta have the value for them. If they're
The people that are
spend that
going
kind of
now
money.
and the apologists for Disney raising all the prices are the people that got hooked when it was affordable.
And you've got to find a way to start hooking those new families and show them the value that they're going to get an amazing vacation with all of these things included, like transportation.
Make it
and
feel
all of
like a
that.
package and all inclusive.
And until that comes back, it's a hard sell these days. It really is.
But dining was a good start, so we'll see how that goes. Once people
Yeah,
get
and it
used to
is.
again.
We try to point out that while it is expensive, and we can't deny that it is a great way to get all of that stuff planned in advance, and then you can pay your vacation off over time. If you book far enough in advance, you can make payments on it, and then when you get there, you have already paid for all of your meals. The convenience, and that's always been the dining plan's best selling point.
Yeah.
And it still is. It still is. You're not going to have to take your wallet out and pay for every meal. You've already done that. So I still think it is a great thing.
Oh, hey, does it include a beer like it did before it,
It
went
still
away?
does. Yes.
Yes, your
That's going to
beverage.
make Dad happy. Maybe after this summer when families that are booking this use it and start anecdotally telling their friends, maybe it's going to fire back up.
Kick back off. Yeah. I think offering more choice than just the 2 plans would help that too. The quick service dining plan is still there, which is great. But I got to say again, a plug for the plan where you could decide whether you wanted table service or quick service. That one seems like a better value. Then you can get your character meals in, and it can be a little less expensive.
Well, they're not interested in value.
Not yet. Hopefully soon.
We're getting there. Baby steps. The company's only been around for 100 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll make up in the next century. Speaking of things from the last century, and this is something that at first I chose to be optimistic about, but I am less so now. So Country Bear Jamboree is going down for a very long refurbishment on January 27th. It'll be open sometime in the summer. They haven't said when. They announced back at D23, or Destination D, I think it was. We talked about this a little bit. They are reimagining the Country Bear Jamboree show to bring it into the modern era, which means for Disney, they're filling it up with Disney songs.
Woke.
Yeah.
IP.
That's right. So they're getting rid of most of the songs from the original show and replacing them with Disney songs redone in various styles of country music. They did mention in the latest press release about it that there will be one Easter egg there will be a familiar tune for fans, which makes
Big
me
Al.
think that Big Al is probably going to interrupt with Blood on the Saddle. But other than that,
I really hope so.
Yeah.
The clip they released a little teaser of the band and the voices recording Bare Necessities. Sounded great. I think it'll be good. I'm not so attached to the old stuff, but as long as they keep the character and the flavor of it, I'm okay with it. And honestly, a bunch of kids will love singing along with songs they know.
That's true.
If it gets
Good
butts
point.
and seats, I'd rather be that than they tear it down.
For sure. Or put in an extension of a Tiana's co-op.
Yeah, you can get in there and package corn.
We're getting there right now because along with the announcement about that, they also teased. Let's see. Let me open up my link. They said in their announcement about Country Bears that, we've been talking a lot about we're going to be doing more improvements at Disney or at Magic Kingdom, and stay tuned because soon we're going to have something to tell you about Frontierland.
Do we think this is going to be a Tiana restaurant instead of Pecos Bill?
Yeah, I'm thinking Pecos Bill is getting.
I have seen the rumor in multiple places that they're going to full on do a New Orleans Square area in there that would extend from Pirates down to Tiana and then back the other way a little bit, which would make sense.
So sort of take some of Frontierland, but not all? Is that what is that what you think?
I think it's going to go the length of Pecos Bill, and I think Frontierland will. See, here's the weird thing, though, because New Orleans Square then splits Frontierland because of Big Thunder Mountain can't go.
Yep.
Right.
But I think that their little New Orleans area will be Pecos Bill and stop at Country Bears. And then I think that area, that kind of walkway that you go around the far end of Pecos Bills towards Pirates might continue that New Orleans flavor. I think Pirates, once you get around the corner into Adventureland, it's got to stay Adventureland because of that new Pirates saloon.
Yeah,
that they're
I just
planning.
mean like the path between where you come out of Pirates gift shop and hang a left heading towards what was Splash Mountain. That's a dead zone. There's not
that
themed
all makes
anything.
sense. Yeah, but
So
if you're
they
going
did
to
a little bit of New Orleans there and then make it look, they could add a couple of little stores or kiosks at least and give it some flavor.
Putting the money into refurbing Country Bears so they can't get rid of Frontierland. It doesn't make sense to do that. And Big Thunder. It's all just the way that it's laid out in the Magic Kingdom. It's harder to split that stuff up into New Orleans Square style area and Frontierland. I'm curious to see what they come up with.
Yeah.
That you're right,
And
though. That area back there between Splash Mountain and when you're headed to Pirates, there's
Nothing
there's
there.
like that little Pirates, the place where you pick up the map to do the Pirates interactive game.
Yeah, and
there's
it's where
that.
the French fry cart used to
Yep.
be 100 years ago. and
Yeah,
there's
you could
really
sell
nothing there.
beignets out of that little spot. That'd be
Absolutely.
great. Yeah.
And just put some facades of New Orleans up and some trellis work and hang the Mardi Gras colors and give it a little flavor between there and Tiana and then over to the new Tiana's place, taking over for Pecos Bill.
That would be great. Yeah.
Then you go through there, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. To get to Big Thunder.
I don't know if they kind of like, they're not going to rename and retheme Big Thunder, but if they kind of rename the area that it's in, I don't know how they.
You
handle
sort
that,
of
but-
can. Like there's those two separate bridges that get back into that area. One that's right in front of Splash, and the other one that hugs the waterfront. So you can still sort.
Tom
keep it
Sawyer kind of
separate.
goes along with the New Orleans-y vibe too. The era
but
of Tom
also
Sawyer,
Frontierlandy vibe. Both. It kind of.
Well, Tom
Yeah,
Sawyer
it-
was Mississippi.
Yeah,
Right.
it sort of fits better in Frontierland to me, but it's also right there in Disneyland. It's right across from the New Orleans Square stuff there.
Because it's got riverboats,
Mm-hmm.
which the Mesa does not.
Right.
maybe the walkway that's closest to the water stays Frontierland-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what I'm
the
thinking.
The walkway closer to Tiana's Bayou Adventure gets some wrought iron lights and railings in
Yeah.
New Orleans, and then you've got that fixed there.
They'll just have to add a flyover to get to the Big Thunder Mesa back there.
You know, it overlaps a little bit in Disneyland too, because Splash Mountain is way back behind
Winnie the Pooh.
when it's by Winnie the Pooh, and it's behind. You have to pass the Haunted Mansion to get there, and it's pretty far from New Orleans Square, honestly, out at Disneyland. So it's a little bit mixed up and meshed there too.
Yeah, people get all bent out of shape like we're doing now, but
Yeah.
like no kid or nobody thinks they're in these places.
Yeah.
So let's get over ourselves. As long as the attractions are themed,
And we've
Whatever.
stopped and listened to the strolling pirate band right in front of New Orleans Square singing sea shanties and had no problems with it. So
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I mean they're part of New Orleans for
yes, that's
Well,
true. Yeah.
Yes, technically, and I mean we'll hop ahead in the timeline for a second here on my outline since we're kind of talking about it. It's going to make a little bit more sense at Disneyland. They're going to be expanding that plaza that's in between Tiana's Palace and the Haunted Mansion and make it more of a park-like area.
That's a
So
great
it's kind
idea
of
there.
pushing New Orleans out. They're going to have space for live entertainers there. And then they're also, the queue area of the Haunted Mansion is going to be opened up more, and they're going to decorate it so that it's like you're walking through the gardens and the grounds of the Haunted Mansion.
And the whole Haunted Mansion is shutting down for a while for this refurb, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're redoing the whole queue area, and also somewhere it wasn't super clear, but they're building a new building on the grounds of the Haunted Mansion. It's going to be the
For the
carriage house.
Gift shop, I bet.
Yeah,
Aha.
the carriage house is the gift shop. They're also building a little greenhouse or gardener's kind of shed that's going to be part of the queue area that you walk past. So it's
I'm
going
excited
to,
for all of that.
yeah, it's really going to kind of add to that area a lot.
And
that's going to kind of
they've sort of teased that this will be done in time for the holiday overlay at the end of this year. So hopefully we see it all done by, when do they usually get that up before, right before Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They didn't say exactly when it's going to be done, but yeah, it's going to be later this year, they said. They have while we're there, we just mentioned Halloween. They're, well, no, we'll get there later. Never mind. Ignore me. Something else is going down for a long refurbishment back to Walt Disney World. And this is a little bit surprising. Rock and Roller Coaster at
Again.
Hollywood Studios is going
They're
down
having
again.
some mechanical issues or something.
It's with the launch system is having problems. Just last year, it went down for a long time while they worked on it, and they're doing it again. And it keeps, every time they do this, it feeds fuel to the rumors that they're finally
That they're taking out Aerosmith. Yeah.
especially since just a few months ago there was more allegations against Steven Tyler and he's back in the news. So it feels like a good time to do that.
And it feels more and more every year like it's inevitable that they eventually will.
Right.
So
I wish they'd kind of do it like the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket and make it where you can choose your own adventure, choose the songs that you do too, because their speakers are right in your thing anyway. It could still be a ride through LA and you pick your song going to a concert or whatever.
Although I will miss Steven Tyler screaming in my ears at the launch.
yes,
He counts you down.
100%.
Yeah, it's a shocker.
It was shocking.
That's gone too. And, the rock and roller coaster has been completely rethemed in Paris. They've already pulled the plug on that one. So
Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
I'm still
Iron
hoping.
Man.
Which makes sense because where it sits at Disneyland Paris, that whole area they turned into a Marvel themed land.
Apparently, it is very wildly unpopular and everyone hates it, and they're already planning to redo it.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Because it's, that coaster sucks. For anybody that's been there, it just beats the shit out of you.
Yeah,
it's a terrible coaster.
It's not a
It's
great
nothing at
coaster.
all like the rock and roller coaster here, which is smooth and awesome.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more construction, new things at Magic Kingdom, although this one's not that exciting, I guess, but there's a DVC member lounge that they're going to be building
Yeah, I heard
at
about
an
that.
undisclosed location somewhere in the Magic Kingdom.
It's going to be in Club 33.
There's one in Epcot and there's one at the Contemporary, right? I think so. What are the...
The Contemporary has the Bay Lake Tower at the top of Bay Lake Tower has a lounge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the villains themed lounge there.
Mhm.
So they're going to have a third DVC member lounge there. It's kind of interesting to me.
If it's
Curious
like the
where
one
they'll
at
put that.
Epcot, it's just like a place to park your butt for a minute and cool off.
Yeah, the one at Epcot is underwhelming, to say the
Mhm.
least.
I have a feeling that the Magic Kingdom one will be also, but it'll be. I mean,
Maybe it'll
it's
be
like-
in the treehouse.
I went to the top of the treehouse in December when we were there for KeyCon. There wasn't a line, but it was full.
Good.
It was packed.
I
It was
literally haven't
packed,
been through it in
between
years.
Christmas and New Year's too, but everything is packed. that
Yeah, the
week,
park was so busy that people just wanted to feel like they were doing something.
Yeah.
I think so. That's what that was. But I was surprised. Let's see. Scaffolding is starting to come down from Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
They're kind of finishing up all the exterior work and the landscaping. That mountain is covered in green. Like you can't.
Yeah.
It does not look anything like it used
It
to.
really
I
doesn't.
like the way it looks. It looks pretty. I don't know why they didn't put what's her face's boat up there like the original drawings.
Mm-hmm. That's a good question.
Mama, whatever her name is.
Mama
Huh?
Odie.
Yeah.
Odie. I bet you it's got something to do with budgets.
No.
Or it didn't fit in the co-op theme.
Right. Oh God. Yeah, we'll deal with that later this year once the ride opens. And we all,
Is
I'm
that
sure
gift
the
shop?
ride is going to be fun, but what a weird theme. I don't know. I reserve judgment.
Is that gift shop that used to be Splash Mountain going to be like a health food store where I can go
It's going to be a Whole Foods.
buy some carob chips and
Jeff,
pound of
Jeff,
barley?
I bet you they're working on a partnership.
Oh yeah.
I bet you there's a sponsorship there.
Hmm.
some nice vegan treats?
We're going to hop on over to Disneyland now. We've got some stuff there. Coming up very soon, January 30th, the transformation of Paradise Pier Hotel into the Pixar Pier Hotel is going to be complete, and that's the grand opening date is January 30th.
It's coming up quick.
That looks like that's going to be good. That's
It's a heck of a lot better than Paradise Pier was.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was really no theme to Paradise Pier too much. This looks really nice. It looks like a Hilton version of the Art of Animation.
Yes.
That's what
Yep.
I would say. Like the way the lobby looks with all the art and everything. It looks
Oh, yeah.
like an upscale version of that.
Art is great. Did you see even the art in the exercise room is like these huge paintings of Mike Wazowski and Sully.
Yeah.
running
Love it.
stuff.
Yeah, and the pool area looks like it's going to be really nice. Now they have a rooftop pool, which is always pretty cool. And then you can watch fireworks from up there too and see World of Color.
Yep. Yeah, a rooftop pool, a really cool splash zone for the kids there. They've got, did you see the cool fire pits that they have out there? They're big cement. They've got Anger and Jack
Oh, I hadn't seen those.
heads. And then the fire, because in both of their movies, at some point, fire comes out of their heads. So the fire
Yes.
bowls are concrete
Oh, that's
heads.
great.
I love
Flames come
that.
out. The restaurant there looks really cool, too.
And it needed to be redone. It was so stuck in the
Yeah,
early
I've
to
never-
mid 80s.
Never set
awful.
foot in there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, drop ceilings. And
Mhm.
it was.
The draw
looked like-
to it was the character breakfast, but oof, it was not nice. I mean, they really need to redo Goofy's kitchen as well. It's not great.
Yeah. It's a
Well, it
little
doesn't
rough.
need to be.
Well, it doesn't right now.
I mean,
It's
look
only-
at
yeah,
the thing everyone loves at Disney World is the
Chef Mickey.
Chef Mickey, which
Yeah,
is
that's
like
fair.
a Ryan's Hot Bar level
It's
place.
true. It's
old
true.
country buffet with characters.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, Disneyland's going all in on Pixar to celebrate this hotel opening, basically through August or to the beginning of August.
Beginning of August, yeah.
Yeah, April 26th to August 4th, they are welcoming back Pixar Fest.
Fest.
Yeah. So they've got some new things. There's going to be a statue at the front end of Main Street USA with Pixar characters. There's going to be a brand new daytime parade at Disney California Adventure. A Pixar parade.
They just keep getting new parades. Well, we got
Yes,
nothing.
they do.
Oh, I know. And then Disneyland Park is going to have the return of Together Forever, a Pixar nighttime spectacular.
Very cool.
Do we think we'll ever have a nighttime parade at Walt Disney World?
Not anytime soon.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Dan, I'm asking you.
I don't know.
You're
I mean,
in charge.
I mean, at one point there was rumors that they were going to send over, what was that one at Disneyland? The
When can we do this again?
one with the light.
Paint the Night.
Paint the night.
They were going to send that back. There was even rumors that they were actually going to send Main Street Electrical Parade back to Orlando again.
My favorite thing is then, I guess this came from Disney execs or experts or I don't know who, but they were like, oh, we can't do Paint the Night here because the couple of the floats are too tall. Well, how about you build 2 floats? Come on.
Right. Yeah.
Make them shorter. Make them less wide. Whatever. Build.
There
a
was
couple of
also
floats.
the issue about the bridge in Liberty Square that it had to all go over, not being able to support some of the bigger floats.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were too heavy.
So while you're
Yeah.
spending $60 billion, or you're talking about spending $60 billion, perhaps widen the road there, or whatever.
Add a couple of support beams to that bridge.
Yeah, we need a parade.
Yes, we do. So that's going on in Disneyland throughout the summer. May 24th, Disneyland's Fantasmic is finally coming back.
Oh, good. With less
gonna have-
fire effects.
I'm going to guess probably no fire.
Zero fire effects. It's having new special effects. They have one of their favorite words. They have reimagined
Yeah.
the final battle between Mickey and Maleficent, and also they're bringing back the Peter Pan scene on the sailing ship Columbia. So that's one cool thing.
That is
Disneyland
cool.
Walt Disney World doesn't have. And apparently they got rid of it at some point, but that's coming back. So that's exciting.
I love that show there. I can take it or leave it at Walt Disney World, but I love the one at Disneyland Park. And it's mostly because of the big sailing ship parts.
That is
Yes.
so cool. That sailing ship is awesome. I love just seeing that during the daytime. You walk past and there's this tall ship floating by. It's really cool. Really cool. Still at Disneyland, Run Disney finally returned to
Finally
Disneyland.
back, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we had
Like,
a bunch of
that's-
agents that were out
yesterday.
there for that.
This weekend,
Yeah,
it seemed to go well.
Yeah, it looks great. It looked like a fun event.
That was before COVID, right? That they stopped doing races? It was when they were having their kerfuffle with the city, right?
Yeah, they stopped because they were going to be doing a lot of construction there in downtown Disney, building that new hotel that was supposed to be straddling the road there and taking up the parade or the running route. But alas, that is no more.
Yeah. yes, that is.
And then
definitely-
COVID. So there was that, and then COVID, and I guess now was just the time.
Yeah, I mean, people have been clamoring for that. So
And they're
It
such
is.
money makers.
And did I read that there's going to be a new Disneyland Run Disney race that's Halloween themed?
that's right. September 5th through 8th, they're going to have
Halloween in
Right.
September.
Halloween half marathon weekend to celebrate, I guess, the kickoff of their
The beginning of
Halloween
September.
party. So yeah, there wasn't a ton of details about that other than it's going to feature. It sounds like pretty heavily Haunted Mansion themed and other stuff.
That's going to be very popular.
That thing's going to be
Yeah.
selling out in time flat. So, but it looks really cool. Or
It'll
sounds
be
really
fun
cool.
to see all the runners' costumes, and
I love
I
Disneyland.
expect a lot
They
of
do such a good
hitchhiking
job
ghost
there.
runners, and it'll be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so let's see. We covered New Orleans Square expanding. So we spent 40 some minutes talking about Walt Disney World and Disneyland. I have for you a whole one update for all of Universal
Oh no!
destinations and experiences for the year 2024. Now, I understand. Actually, I have two. I forgot to link one, but there's not a lot of details on either of these. So we've got two things for Universal. First of all, sometime in 2024, we don't know when, DreamWorks Animation Land will be replacing Woody Woodpecker's Kid Zone at Universal Studios Florida.
That's going to be great. That will be a really great upgrade to that park.
Yes.
I mean,
that is
I
gonna be
love
a lot-
Woody Woodpecker, but we got
Nobody
to
loves
bring
Woody.
Really?
bring it into this century.
Yeah. So there's that. And then also, I believe they said sometime in 2024 will be the opening of the Fast and Furious roller coaster at Universal Studios Hollywood,
Mhm.
which is going into, it's kind of an interesting spot. It's where they had those two stage show areas right near where you go down the escalators to get on the backlot tour.
Never been.
Or trams. So this racing roller coaster is going to be on the side of the hill. It's right there on the hillside, and they're putting track in place as we speak for that.
Yeah, it's not surprising that Universal doesn't have a ton going on because of the big project that's opening in 25. So this year's going to be
Sure.
slim pickings for them. But I am glad they're doing that DreamWorks animation. All those properties are so huge, and that play area is badly needed in a very adult park. So
Yes,
that's going to be killer. And the two new hotels they're building over there by where the new park is, those things have come up out of the ground, and they look awesome. I cannot wait for those things.
Yeah. I did hear. If we want to get too far into rumors, have you seen that it's not looking good for The Simpsons at Universal?
No,
no.
what's the kerfuffle?
Because Disney owns them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, originally they had said that Universal was planning on not renewing the contract to use the characters, but that doesn't end until 2028. Now there's talk that they might be gone this year because apparently they have stopped training ride operators on the Simpsons.
Oh
ride.
my.
They're not hiring anybody new to run it.
Yeah, I had fully expected all that area to stay until they lost their license to it.
So the rumor is that
It's also
gonna be
just
gone.
not popular anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
The rides are not at all. People are walking around. I mean, people love to get the Duff beer and
The big
food
donut.
seems to be- Yeah, the food there is popular, but the attractions are not.
Honestly, that I mean, they've only got the one spinny ride and then the other one, and that thing makes me sick.
Yeah, a lot of people have a problem with screens on that one. It never bothered me, but
Does
that
the cold bother you?
Never. It doesn't bother me. No,
Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna break out in a song either.
I,
You can't get me, Williams.
I love The Simpsons, and I like that area. I'll be sad to see it change, but I'd also be thrilled if they turn it into something really cool. Because I don't
Well,
love that ride anyway. So
Right now, the odds-on winner is Pokemon. So I don't know how you feel about that.
that
I
makes more
mean,
sense. It's
it
more
does
popular.
make more sense. It is popular. It surprises me that it is still so popular.
Right.
But it really is. I don't get it, but
My sons are crazy for the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Don't
that's a weird one. That's probably more popular than ever right now.
Yeah, and a big part of it is like grown ass men my age are still
into
collecting
it.
Pokemon cards.
yeah.
I think part of it came when trading cards in general got super popular during the pandemic, and dudes started dragging out their Pokemon card collections again or something. I don't know.
I guess.
It's weird. So that's that. And actually, I kind of cut out a lot of the Disney stuff. We didn't even talk about Disney Cruise Line has like their island coming online soon.
New ship. New Japanese market ship.
That's right. So we just stuck with the theme parks, but there's a lot of developments coming out this year. It'll be interesting to see if we do a retrospective in December. What panned out, what worked out better than we thought, what was a bust. Put it on the notes to do that.
All right, put it in there. Hang on, let me. Okay, got it.
All of my commentary. Take a note.
Commenting so the algorithm will bring me back.
I'm going to say thanks for hanging out with us again this week. If you're ready to experience some theme park thrills this year, Key to the World Travel has the seating area of Pecos Bill's Tall Tale Inn and Cafe full of expert travel planners, and they're ready to make your vacation dreams a reality. Guys, I ate there with my kids in December. That place is freaking huge. It's got like 4 or 5 different rooms.
Had you never been in there before?
I hadn't explored all of the rooms.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that
That was always a favorite of ours back when Fixin's Bar was there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've eaten there in like the 2 areas closest, but I didn't realize it went so far back. Anyway, now I sound like a dummy. How about you head on over to www.keytotheworldtravel.com to get started with a no-obligation quote. Word of mouth is the best way to help us grow our show. If you have a friend or two who you think would appreciate our special brand of globetrotting jackassery, tell them what makes our show so great and send them our way. Don't forget to leave us a rating and review at Apple Podcasts, especially if you are a travel advisor working for Key to the World Travel. Want to get your tuition check this month. You can find links to subscribe to the show on your favorite apps and all the latest Gold Key Adventure updates at www.goldkeyadventurers.com. We can't wait to hang out with you again, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for the pleasure of your time.
Thank you. To ask a question or share your travel story, you can reach us by smoke signal, carrier pigeon, or send an email to goldkeyadventurers@gmail.com. And make sure you follow the Gold Key Adventure Society on Facebook and Instagram. A huge thanks to our sponsor, Key to the World Travel. For all your travel planning needs, visit www.keytotheworldtravel.com for a free quote and help planning the trip of a lifetime. Tell them the Gold Key Adventurers sent you. That's www.keytotheworldtravel.com. Key to the World Travel, your key to a magical vacation. Thanks to Outer Vibe for the use of their song Hoka Hey for the intro and outro of our show. Find them on Facebook at The Outer Vibe or check out www.outervibe.com for tour dates, music, merch, and more. We'll see you next week for another meeting of the Gold Key Adventure Society. And until then, remember, life is short and the world is wide. So go have an adventure.